Hello, and welcome to Prog Review. I've lost count. It'll be in the titles. It'll be in the. We don't need to worry about numbers anymore. We've been doing this too long to care. But yesterday, September the 13th, 2019, we had a whole heap of Peter Gabriel dumped upon our heads. It was great. It came out of nowhere. And I was genuinely surprised when I received the email informing me that Flotsam and Jetsam new compilation had been digitally released. Okay, it's a digital release, I know. Some of us, we like the old tangible product, but this collates a number of B-sides and remixes and rarities and whatnot, all into one massive, is it 62 track package? Yeah, 62, I think. That's right, 60. Feels like, there's a lot. Yeah, 62. Nearly 6 hours of material, 6 hours of songs to get through. So it was like, oh wow, okay. I ponied up my money. And yeah, I've been working through it. A lot of the stuff, I must admit, I've got and heard. There are a few things, a few bits and bobs that I haven't heard. But it's also nice to get the tracks in lovely, super duper, crystally clear digital download quality, because I'd had some of them through nefarious means back in the day. You know, you found an MP3 download. Yeah, I'm as guilty as the next man, but I'm not going to buy the soundtrack to Phenomena for one track. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So it was nice to get all these rarities in an official release. But there is a caveat. There is a caveat, as there always is. So it begins way back into time. Firstly, I'll explain. There are 3 actual CDs. It's divided into 3 sections, and when you buy the download, it actually says disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, which is peculiar because there ain't any discs. It's all download. But it's divided into 3, and there's 3 periods. There's 1976 to 85, 86 to 93, and 94 to 2016. So that's nice. That's nice. It begins with Gabriel's cover of Strawberry Fields Forever, taken from the album, I've got to remember this correctly, All This and World War II, which was out in the mid-70s. And yeah, I mean, if you've not heard it, it's good fun. But again, it's not worth buying one album just for that track, is it? So it's nice to have it here. And again, Strawberry Fields is one of my favourite of the Beatles catalogue. So, you know, and to have Gabriel have his go at it with the London Symphony Orchestra as well. Ooh, fancy pants stuff. This is followed by Slow Burn. It's an extended version, which is nice. Perspective. DIY. Now that was interesting. It was a re-recorded single version. Now I've got DIY on 7-inch, and this was a completely different. I've never heard before, even though it's supposed to have been out there. But my DIY single doesn't sound like this, but it was genuinely exciting. It's different phrasing, and that's nice. It's very nice. Teddy bear, me and my teddy bear, which is one of Gabriel's early lyrics when he was a kid, put to music, I believe, or maybe I've got that wrong. I know it was Sammy the Slug, wasn't it? I'm confused. It doesn't take much. Mother of Violence single mix, a live version of Salisbury Hill from the Bottom Line Club, which I think was a B-side or something. And you hear this stuff, and the live material is really good, and you think, well, he must have the rest of the stuff in the archive somewhere, you know. You start to think, as you listen to the various mixes and alternate takes, you begin to think, well, there must be an archive of material that he's sitting on that would be, you know, I'm not dissing this collection, for it is interesting. However, I think there are more interesting collections to be had. I don't remember alternate version, and you got loads of remixes, Biko. Some of this stuff, like Shosholoza and Soft Dog, was from 12-inch of Shot the Monkey, which I think I've got somewhere. Again, I've got a lot of these on single. It means I don't have to go and get the singles out and put them on. to hear them. Oops, we have more versions of Sledgehammer than you can wave a stick at. That's 2 actually, but I'm sure there's more because you got the dance mix and extended mix. I'm sure there was a single edit as well, but doesn't matter, does it? That doesn't matter. I thought it was good to have the In Your Eyes versions because there are 2 different versions of that to get through. And there are a couple of instrumental versions too, like Digging in the Dirt instrumental and Shot the Monkey instrumental, which was pretty cool. And then as we head towards the finish line, there are lots of 12-inch mixes, which again I was never a big fan of the first time round. Though I mean some of the B-sides like Quiet Steam I think is superior to the actual original up-tempo Steam version. But yeah, Blood of Eden special mix for Wim Wenders' Until the End of the World is sublime. Really like that one. Good to see. That was a B-side. So it's on those singles over there. See those singles there? See them there? Yeah. So a lot of their stuff is on there. It's right there for you. And then on disc 3 we have a lot of the covers. He did Summertime, Suzanne, which is a Leonard Cohen song. I have to touch Robbie Robertson mix from, again I mentioned that, Phenomena is brilliant. It's really good and it's worth it for that alone because I really like that version. In the Sun, I can't remember where that came from though. I'm thinking Lady Diana for some reason. I don't know if that was a tribute or something. I don't know. I may have misremembered that. So don't tell me I'm wrong in the comments. It's my brain has thrown that out at me. Shaking the Tree 97 with Shaggy is something that I didn't need to hear. I didn't need to hear that. It wasn't me. It certainly wasn't. It shouldn't have been you, Shaggy. It shouldn't. It's appalling. It's absolutely awful. I Grieve, Little Angels version is pretty good. Again, a lot of these have been taken from soundtracks, and yeah, we did that soundtrack PG rated before, didn't we? Do you remember that? Soundtracks, a lot of soundtracks. Animal Nation gets an official release, which was nice. Which again, he did live versions. There's a live version of that out there, which is cool. Signal to Noise, Gangs of New York version. I'd never heard that one before. Instrumental, and again better than the actual Up version. No singing on it. And then it's all the stuff from Up, which we can forget about. Though Curtains Broad mix and Father Son Daniel Lanois Richard Chapel mix are probably the standout of those. Courage, which was part of the So box set, is now digitally available, and it rounds off with the 2 digital singles he had out, I'm Amazing, and I think wasn't that released when Muhammad Ali died, and The Veil, which was from that Snowden film. That rounds up the package. So it's good if you like deep dives, and there's lots of 12-inch mixes if you like that kind of thing. But the problem with it is, and this is where I wince, it's £30. Now I'm sure you can probably listen to this on Spotify and stream it and whatnot, but I wanted to have, I wanted to walk around with it and have it on my phone and stuff and listen to it while I'm walking the dog. Again, as a fan, I feel obliged to pay, especially as I'd had a number of those songs on Uncle Don Load sent them to me via MP3, and I felt a bit guilty, that maybe Peter Gabriel didn't have the money, might run out of money, so I felt kind of morally obliged to pay. Also, it's the review. I own it, and it gives me a perspective that streaming doesn't necessarily give you. Part of your cash always gives an added perspective to the review, doesn't it? Not like those rotten reviews you get in magazines who get the stuff for free. They don't have the same perspective as us common folk. So yeah, £30 is a lot of money to pay for a download. However, it's nearly 6 hours long. you know. And if you haven't got this stuff and you want it all in one big dollop, it represents quite good value. But then saying that, if you think about it, if you brought this out on a triple CD pack, it ain't going to be 30 quid, is it? It's probably going to be closer to between 15 and 20, possibly. Though saying that, some of these box sets, I'm looking at you, Pink Floyd, are ridiculously expensive. So that's my caveat, is it is rather expensive, and I didn't need to hear Shaggy singing on Shaking the Tree. I really didn't to see. I feel dirty now. And that's not because I don't like Shaggy. I do like Shaggy. I think Shaggy's great. Mr. Loverman. I know that wasn't him, was it? That wasn't. I'm getting mixed up with Shabba Ranks there. Shabba. It's all connected. I'm sure of it. But I didn't need to hear that version of that song. So yeah, I mean, it was a real surprise just to have it, appear as if by magic, poof, on there. I know, like I said, I'm sure there's other things in the archive, like Charlie Drake's single that he did. I'd like to have had an official release of that. That would have been nice, Was it You Never Know? I'd like that would have been good if that had been added. But probably one of the most bizarrest singles of all time. It features Charlie Drake, Peter Gabriel, and a host of luminaries from the prog world. Yeah, and that would have been good. But again, Gabriel knows what he's doing. And also, you think, well, that's odd, because Gabriel doesn't do backward-looking stuff very often. He doesn't do retrospectives. You get the odd, greatest hit packages, But I thought this was a little bit strange. Where's the new album, Pete? Where's the new album? But maybe he's in a reflective mood. I mean, we had it with PG Rated, we have it with this. Maybe there'll be, I don't know, a live album or something, a live collection next. You never know. Oh, see, I tied that in. Do you see how? Yeah. So, should you buy this collection? No. Unless you're a real diehard. Stream it. See what you think of it. But unless you're an absolute diehard, arsehole like me, 30 quid is just too much. Even though it is 62 songs and 5 hours and 57 minutes, I think it is taking the piss somewhat, because a lot of it is previously released B-sides and whatnot. There isn't a lot of there's a lot of potatoes and not enough meat. I think it's probably the best way to describe it. But I'm utterly biased because I'm a big Peter Gabriel fan. I can't resist. I'm stupid. I'm the guy this is aimed at. Even though, what can you do? But it also gives me something to talk about. So yeah, and this is the problem that I have with digital downloads. When you get a lot of songs and a lot of material, they often ramp the price up. And I think that's because of the old 99p download thing that they have on individual tracks. And so, instead of it being a sensible price of, I don't know, $14.99 or $12.99, and people going, wow, I think pricing it too high is just, it's a bit. This is where the whole digital thing is lopsided. Because they'd do it for a lot cheaper physically. And there's a lot that goes into, the physical production of media, rather than just pressing a button, having the ones and zeros splurging up into the cloud. So that saving should be reflected in the price, but it never is. Anyway, so in terms of rating, it gets 5 soft dogs out of 5 because I'm completely biased. Can't help myself. And if you're watching this, Pete, doubt you are. More, kind of weird cuts like that, DIY single and that. Yeah, I like the stuff that I haven't heard before. So, yeah, that's good. That. I mean, you must have a whole folder filled with, alternate mixes and alternate takes that we haven't heard. And that's the stuff. That's where the gold is. So thank you for watching. My name is Darren Lock. There's only one more thing left to say, and you know what that is, and that is prog on.